everyone. This is AJ here, and today we have Vikas Kumar Mishra. And Vikas is currently working in Canada, and he has done his diploma in project management. So let's talk with Vikas without any further delay. So, Vikas, it's nice to have you here. First of all,
Same for me too, Ashwini. Thank you. Thanks a lot for the opportunity.
you're welcome. You're welcome. And so tell me basically, where are you from in India, and basically, what are you doing currently? Where did you do your education as well?
I'm from Kolkata and did my basic schooling from Kolkata till class 12, and then I worked for 5 years in Gujarat. So I stayed in Gujarat for 5 years, and after that I decided to move to Canada, and I did project management, postgraduate diploma in project management from University of Winnipeg. And currently I'm working in a dairy industry in production. So it's kind of supervisor role. So uh, the thing that really brought me here to Canada is to learn. I just wanted to explore this North American territory. So I have two options, USA and Canada. I found Canada more suitable for me, so I just decided to pursue further career and education over here.
Nice, nice. So, where did you study in India, and what was your college name?
It was West Bengal University of Technology in Durgapur.
Okay, and what was your branch?
So I did bachelor in chemical engineering.
Nice.
It's bachelor in chemical engineering. I did bachelor in chemical engineering.
Okay, so you did bachelor's in chemical engineering and postgraduate diploma in project management. So, how
Yes,
did you
yes.
get to know that after chemical you have to do postgraduate diploma in project management?
Project management. Uh, Good question, Ashwini, because this is two separate field. When you do chemical engineering, you have option either to pursue masters, or you can go into industry to gain some hand-on experience in industrial processes. So while working in industry, I started my career in project. I Out of 5 years of overall experience, I worked 3 years in projects, and I did one greenfield and two brownfield projects. So that moved me to a different direction, chemical engineering to industrial projects. That is why I decided to pursue, to get some more theoretical knowledge about the project, so that I can be a good project manager and a chemical engineer both.
Nice, very nice. That's interesting to hear about it. So, where did you apply for this particular program?
uh, when I was in working, I think it was the year 2018. I decided to pursue project management. I was looking for some universities all around the world, because I know project management is not very known field in India at that time. 2017-18 people were pursuing project management, but it was all distant and not much accomplished. So I found some universities in Europe and then in Canada, even some in Australia. But based upon my preferences, I decided to choose Canada and this University of Winnipeg, because I heard from few people, and I connected some people on LinkedIn as well, and I found that the course over here, 1 year course, very intense, and it will be good for my career. So I decided to pursue over here.
So, did you apply to any other universities in Canada and US and Europe as well?
Yeah, apart from project management, I was thinking to go for sustainable energy courses as well, and masters in chemical process designing as well. These two three options that was there in my mind at that time. I applied to University of Bologna, which is in Italy,
Mm-hmm.
for sustainable energy courses, and I was also looking to apply for some courses in Netherlands. But
Mm-hmm.
I was also thinking, apart means at that time, that I will pursue this course, and I also wanted to stay for some time. It's just not finish study and return back to India. So I just wanted to gain some work experience where I'm having this course. So I found at that time that Canada, getting PR and then hand-on experience, work permit, that were a bit easier as compared to other places. So that brought me to Canada.
So, what was your profile basically when you applied for this particular course? Did you give any GRE?
My profile, yeah, I needed to, four things were required, 4 to 5 things. The first thing was IELTS. The minimum requirement was 6.5 overall and 6 band in each of the 4 sections. And second requirement was 2 years of work experience in projects. If you had means right now I think they reduced to 1 year, so at that time it was 2 years of work experience in projects. And the third thing, apart from it, the funding and all those things were separate. So this 3 to 4 requirements were there.
Okay. What was your CGPA?
And you have to be bachelor. Sorry. you must possess a bachelor degree in either any engineering or commerce.
Okay. And what was your GPA basically in your undergrad?
My GPA was, we used to CGPA, right? Career grade point average. It was 7.67.
Okay. And what was your IELTS score?
My IELTS score was 7 overall. And do you want me to?
That's fine. That's
because
fine.
I can't recall the individual one, but overall it was 7.
That's fine. That's fine. So tell me more about the course, basically, like how the course is basically structured. Is it like 2 semesters, or is it like 1 semester plus 1 semester of coursework plus 1 semester of thesis work? How exactly it's structured?
It's a 11 months course and 1 month training. So means internship we call it. So overall 12 months. So in 11 months we have 2 semesters break of just 1 week. So total 3 semesters I would say, and 4 months, and the internship is included in the last semester. So it starts from basically right from the beginning, means the core of the project management, right? They will teach you each of the important subjects related to the project management, like human resources, then financials, then project fundamentals, and then organizational behavior, communication. The most important thing means both effective written and effective oral. So 3 semesters of 4 months each, and very intense I would say, because there were 28 courses overall. If you would like, I'll send you the details of all the courses.
Wow.
So 28 courses were overall.
Okay. So it's like 2 semester of coursework basically, and then 1 month of training, internship basically at the end of the course, right?
Yeah. Means 11 months of coursework, and in that coursework, after all courses have 1 midterm exam and 1 final term exam with all the assignments, 3 to 4 assignments with each courses. And in the end, once you are done with 11 months, they will evaluate your overall GPA, and there were certain requirements that it has to be minimum 2.6 out of 4.5, and you have to pass all the courses in order to get the internship. So I was able to grab the internship opportunity, but because of COVID, where I was supposed to start as an intern, it didn't happen. So I decided to go for full-time job.
Okay. So is this internship mandatory, or basically it's not, like it's an optional thing?
It's an optional thing, but if you decide to take on the internship, but if you are eligible to take the internship, it will reflect in your grade, right? If you don't take internship, it will say that you didn't take, and if you take internship, it will say that yes, take an internship. So it will reflect in your grade, and interviewer might ask question why you didn't take internship. So that in this way it might affect your prospect for future jobs.
Okay. So how long it took you basically after graduating to get a full-time job? And what do you think, like what was the most important factor for you to get a job that helped you in that?
It took me around 20 days after graduating, means final graduation, to get a job. And the factor was not wasting, because I got 1 year of work permit, and I was doing some volunteering work, but the main drive was to recognized work that Canadian government would recognize that this guy is helping our economy, means helping to our economy. So work permit left. So I have to find a job as soon as possible without wasting any time. We were already in COVID situation, so sitting 2-3 months online classes and all those things was also means that also means forced me to find a job as soon as possible. But
Okay.
the main drive was to contribute to the economy and show the government that I'm supporting
I see.
the
So,
economy.
so basically, how long is your work visa now, and what's the basically next uh, thing that you have to do to renew or something like that to renew your work visa?
Okay. My work visa I got it in the month in May, and it's valid till May 2021. And once I'm into 6 months of full-time job, they have here NOC, National Occupation List. If you work in any of the 0A, B, C, if you work in 0A or B, you can after working 6 months you can apply for PNP. They call it Provincial Nominee Program, and that is the pathway to permanent residency over here. So after working 6 months over here, I'll be filing my PNP, and then once my work permit is done, means it's finished in May 2021, I can apply again to renew it through my employer, and it will be either an open work permit or closed work permit. Open work permit is that I can opt to work with different employer, but closed work permit, if the government decides to give me a closed work permit, I have to stick with the same employer for another year before I get my PR done.
Okay. So what do you think, like, what's the best part about this course?
The best part, I would say, is means how to properly manage your time, utilize your time. Because if you have a goal, right? If you have a goal that this is the deadline, just for an example, in our everyday life, we know that we have to work tomorrow 9 a.m. and we have to wake up at 8 a.m. and then we plan everything accordingly. So this course just taught me to effectively manage my time, and I would recommend, if anyone is not having any goal, and just they are interested in learning project management, they can enroll, because right from apart from the course material, right, how to do an effective communication, how to write properly, how to means understand the behavior of the people in the country you are living in. If you want to manage your time effectively, because there are lots of assignments and lots of after 9 to 5 classes, there were assignment each day. So how to properly, and people were working part-time job as well, so it's the full utilization of your time. So the time utilization, I would say, was the best thing that I would pick up from this course, apart from the learnings, means all the learnings that I had from there.
So basically, what are the career scopes after this course?
After this course, based upon your previous experience and previous education, and also the project management degree, you can take PMP, project management program, PMP exam. You can be a certified PMP, and then you can go for project management or entry level project management roles in various industries, IT, construction, or even industrial projects, or even if you are interested in means scheduling or arrange means managing events, you can go to that role too. So both for entry level and for senior and mid senior level project managers in any industry, IT, it's relevant for all the industries, I would say, just not IT, but all other as well, IT, construction, and industrial projects.
Okay, interesting, very interesting. So tell me about basically when you are applying, what are the problems that you faced while applying for your higher education?
The first thing was most of us, we don't know about the requirements, what are the requirements. So it's better to contact with the university, write an email to them that first you have to find what you want to pursue and make a list of it. What I did, I make the list of all the universities and what courses I'm interested in and what are the deadlines to apply. That I searched from the name of the studyportals.eu.
Mm-hmm.
From there, and also I rechecked it from the website of because checking it from the website of the university would be the best thing. Sometimes studyportals.eu, they don't update it at a given interval. So after that, I write an email to them that I want to pursue this course, and I think that I'm meeting all the requirements. They have all the requirements over there. So how can I pursue further in order to apply? If you're not clear about submitting application and everything, and then definitely you'll get an email back for further processes, that how you can submit an application and what are the fees, all the other requirements.
Okay.
So that was the way I decided to go.
So what's the most difficult part that you faced while applying?
The most difficult part was during application of this, that I was not aware about IELTS at that time. So taking the IELTS, because it will take 1 month or 2 months. It depends how confident you are, right? So, and measuring your own confidence sometimes it's a bit tricky. So that was the most difficult thing. I opt to take IELTS. Next month I'm going to take IELTS, and after that, so that was the situation where I found myself a bit tattered.
Oh, and how long it took you to prepare?
IELTS, I would say.
How long it took you to prepare the IELTS exam?
I prepared just a month because I was working too. So I just prepared for 1 month. One thing I did good, that I took a 7-day break before IELTS. I decided to take from my home. So I returned back to Kolkata. I stayed at my home for 7 days and I prepared and took IELTS from there. So you need a good atmosphere, right? If you're working in an organization and you are in a work, you don't want to take these sort of exams. So it's better to relax your mind, be with your family if it's possible.
Mm-hmm. So any like final suggestion to students that who are applying for higher education or who are thinking of higher education? So any last piece of advice for them?
Sorry, can you repeat your question?
Yeah, sure. So what's your final piece of advice for students who want to apply for the higher education or who are thinking of higher education? So do you have any last piece of advice for them?
For me, it was I was a chemical engineer. I worked in projects, so it was a mixed thing, that I want to stay in the industry and also want to work in projects. So that is why I took. There were options like sustainable energy related to this, then project management and process designing. But I think that project is the thing that is more challenging to me, and you have to be on your toe every time, and I like being active. So if you want to relax, then you can find some job that will give you an office environment. You don't have to be in the field. So it depends totally on your personality, but choose it wisely.
Choose it wisely and stick to it, basically.
Yeah, exactly.
Totally agree with you. Yeah. So that's it, Vikas, and it's basically really useful to our students. And thank you for sharing your insights and your experience as well to our students. And I really hope it will be very useful for the students who are looking for their higher education.